Back here up front here on ENCA, high-profile leaders, family and friends are gathered for the official memorial service for King Zwelonke Sigcawu in East London. The 51-year-old AmaXhosa king died 2 weeks ago at the Nelson Mandela Academic Hospital in Mthatha. ENCA's Zikhona Chona is in East London and joins us now live from there. So Zikhona, this has been a period of mourning for the AmaXhosa, but also it's been described as a time of reflection on the rich history and heritage.
Running slightly behind time here, Tulas. We were expecting the program to get underway from around 2 o'clock, but of course, many of the people that are expected to gather here have not arrived yet. On the program, if I can just tell you, we've got message from Contralesa, we've got message from the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Oscar Mabuyan, who's also expected to speak here, as well as a message, a tribute rather, from the King's daughter, Princess Mthatha Sigcawu. And as you'll remember, the King has been honored with a Category 1 funeral, which will be taking place on the 29th of November by the President. So from the 25th of this month until the 29th, the national flag has been flying at half-mast to honor the King. We're also expecting at the funeral there will be some military elements, because it is an official funeral honored given to the King by the President. The President will himself be attending the funeral and will be giving the official eulogy. But I'm here now at this venue where the first official memorial service will be taking place any moment now. This is, I think, the third memorial service that has been taking place to honor the King. There was one in the Free State, one in Mthatha, and one in Ngadwe, the King's birthplace. There will be another one taking place later on this evening at around 6 o'clock, which will be taking place in Port Elizabeth. But I'm joined by Nkosi Zweledinga Makinana, who is the official spokesperson for the family, just to speak to us briefly around why is there a delay here today? What time can we expect proceedings to get underway?
Thank you, the announcer. I'm anticipating that the delay is caused by probably the engagement of the Premier of the province with other official commitments. But as a family, we are here already. We are ready for the service. And the service is organized by the state, and we really appreciate that.
If you can just speak to us briefly about the King himself. He's been named as a man who was very humble, a man who stood his ground, stood his word. What will you as a family remember him for?
The King is a humble somewhat, I'm telling you. He has been a unifier in our family. You will remember under the AmaXhosa kingdom, we have got two branches. There is a branch led by the Queen of AmaXhosa. There's also another branch for AmaXalega, is led by the King himself, AmaXhosa kingdom. So there are two branches. But the King, within a short space of time that he has been in his throne, he has managed now to put those families together. As I'm speaking to you today, we have got one committee that is coordinating the affairs of the family of AmaXhosa. And those things are done by the King himself.
And as the family, on Friday, when the official funeral will be taking place, how will we be honoring the King?
We'll be honoring him, firstly, by as a nation now. As a nation, firstly, we'll attend the funeral. Both nations, AmaXhosa and AmaXhosa, will be attending in their numbers. That's the first thing. And also, as traditional leaders, each has committed now to donate a cow so that the mourners in the family do not get stranded. And also, we'll be honoring him by actually articulating the work that he has done in his time. There's a lot that he has done, as a king of AmaXhosa. So we'll actually be showing the nation how good was the king. Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about the call for the AmaXhosa nation to be in mourning for the duration of 12 months. If you can just detail to us, what should the AmaXhosa people be doing in this 12 months?
As the family has actually appealed to the nation that whatever they are doing during this time, they must remember that our king is no more with us. So they must restrain some, cautions, whatever they do. If they have, traditional, ceremonies in their respective areas, they must do those things within the constraint that they must remember that their king is no more.
Thank you very much, Nkosi. Now, the Nkosi dress there to Lasizwe in Umbhaco, which is the official, the traditional Xhosa attire. The family also releasing a statement shortly after the king's passing, urging all people to dress in this manner and urging, in particular, women for the next 30 days to dress in imibhaco yabo to honor the king.
All right, live for us from East London, that's ENCA's Zikhona Chona at that memorial service.